is Chase Edmonds, Arizona Cardinals running back number 29, and you're now listening to the Redbird Redzone podcast, the number one Cardinals podcast in the world. Go Cards, be red, see red. Appreciate you.
And we are live. Welcome to the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at Live on That Swing. Joining me today, I've got my co-host.
Whoa! Thank you.
Round of applause. Woo!
Thank you, Will.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
All right. Well, you know me as Mac. You can find me on Twitter at AZ Sports Fiend for all the terribly hot takes and the cold ones too. And for the third week in a row, we have our highly famous guest appearance. She is just blowing it up. So why don't you introduce yourself, young lady?
Mackie, you can find me on Twitter at JSanDiego. That's 2 O's. I am currently an Adam Gase stan account because I lost a terrible bet. Let's not talk about that. But yeah, go follow me.
And now,
We
Jackie,
should just get
if
that
I
out of the
remember
way.
right,
Get that out of the way quick. Let's get that out of the way.
and if I remember right, it is your husband Joe's birthday tomorrow, Tuesday, right?
It's going to be his birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday to my husband, my number one fan. Big fan
Happy
of the
birthday,
show.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Joe. Bo Bobbles, if you could put a celebrate good times here, that'd be great.
Yes.
Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate.
But yeah, so we're here to talk about the Arizona Cardinals game against the Seattle Seahawks and look forward to the next one. And boy howdy, this is going to be a frustrating one to recap because there was just a lot that went wrong here. So first things first, we're going to go over some stuff that we missed last week because, you know, we recorded on a Monday and not everything was already set in stone. But DeAndre Hopkins, let's get this out of the way. He was named Player of the Week last week, and I don't think there was anybody more deserving last week than him.
Surpasses Larry Fitzgerald for the quickest to 700 catches. I believe that's what the stat is in NFL history. So
I believe it, man. He is.
Yeah, big round of applause to D-Hop. He did it in like half a year quicker too. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Or I guess
Kyler
it's
Murray effect.
youngest. Yeah, Kyler Murray. Hey, Andy, get Deshaun. Yeah. Listen, we don't have to run through all the. Yeah, we don't have to run through the list of all the Cardinals, but real quick, going back to Jack and Adam Gase, Stan, is that what I'm seeing on Twitter? Your profile picture? Did you bet on the Jets to win last week? Right? Is that matter of fact?
The Chargers have been blowing their games, so I thought, well, this might be it. The Jets were giving it to New England like a week or so ago. But
I actually thought the Chargers were going to blow it when Jets had the ball driving and they're down 8. I was like, oh my god, this is typical Chargers right here.
And then they took 3 shots to the end zone from like the 30. And they blew it.
We were watching that, thinking the same thing. What are you doing, Flacco?
Yeah, I saw a stat a couple of days ago that, you know, shocked me. When Joe Flacco has a start where he throws less than 40 passes, he has an insane winning record. But if he throws any more than that, he has a losing record. It's just
they have to count his passes. They're like, all right, cut him. Like, hold on.
Yeah.
Put it in the backup. Put it in the backup.
Yeah.
I saw Joe Flacco had 30 yards at half, and Justin Herbert had 250 in the same game. That's kind of quite the contrast.
And he got a really bad haircut. Let's just throw that out there.
Yes, he did. But hey, that's one hell of a fantasy stud for a rookie. God.
And he might secure a Rookie of the Year now.
Oh, with Joe Burrow going down, that was awful.
What a goddamn tragedy, man. the state of the Bengals organization is just a shit show. Their owner is just a massive piece of shit. He is the cheapest bastard in the NFL. And
Carson
for a
Palmer
while,
all over again.
yeah, I mean, it's just a guy who's clearly meant to be like a prodigy, just an absolute wunderkind, who's just not getting the support he needs.
Yeah,
And
he
it's
needs
just
to. Yeah,
I mean, it's
they
just
need
an
to.
absolute shame.
They need to build that offensive line. You can't have another Andrew Luck situation where the guy wants to retire. After he collects his second big contract or his first contract extension for big money. So yeah, they're gonna have to make some big changes up front. You can't let him just get lit up like the way he was against Chase Young in Washington and like he has all year.
Yeah. Unfortunately for the Bengals organization, I don't think they're going to get that changed until they get a change in ownership.
Can I just say shout out to anybody who's listened from week 1 to now, and now you're listening to me not have a static mic. It took me friggin' 10 weeks to figure out to move the microphone about 6 inches away from my face instead of right up front. So props to you. God, I feel like an idiot.
And shout out to the 5 people who have been listening since the beginning, since we've had our shitty old format. Because shit, we've really been through it, man.
Well, let's do this game. Where do you guys want to start? I'll leave it up to you.
First things first, I think this stat tells the whole story of the game. 12 points can be closely attributed to penalties. You got the safety, you've got the I think it was the field goal to end the first half, and you've got Dre throwing hands, which led to a high touchdown, as opposed to them just taking a 3.
I don't even know if he threw hands, but yeah, they called it taunting. And I just want to know, how do you get beat on a play? He fucking fell down on the play. Isaiah Simmons had to save him for the tackle on 3rd down, so it would have been 4th down. And then Drake Kirkpatrick gets up and doesn't run off the field. Your defense did the job. Do not let the team down. I feel like that was the biggest play of the game, to be honest. What do you think, Jackie?
That fucked everything up.
Momentum.
They killed the momentum. It allowed them to score, and after that, it just was all downhill from there. And I mean, granted, I kind of saw DK do a little pushing that wasn't addressed, but
it was ticky tack. But just from the point of
tit for tat.
Yeah, just point that it's 3rd down, right? 3rd and 7, I believe. Ball goes to Drake Kirkpatrick's man, Lockett. Lockett makes a move. Drake Kirkpatrick's on his ass and has to get saved at the 32-yard line, which would have set Seattle still up for a field goal by Isaiah Simmons. And then how do you not just get up and run off the field? I really hope we see more Jonathan Joseph next week. That's a veteran that played 3 snaps last week, and he could directly take playing time away from Drake Kirkpatrick. I mean, I said on Twitter, that's a droppable offense. And if we weren't a playoff team, I think Kirkpatrick's probably cut. But everyone knows we need him. We can't just cut him, to make a point, which
this stage
it is what it is.
Game. Yeah.
Exactly. You're this late in the season. Yeah, exactly.
And going back to the ticky-tack officiating, it felt like I know it's always such a sore loser thing to say, oh yeah, the officials had it out for us. But let's be real here. Most of the calls went Seattle's way. There were very clear examples as to, just the entire game. Oh, God.
I'm watching a play right here, and there's a false start called on DJ Humphries, where he literally is looking back at Kyler. Yeah, turned, and even the broadcast that is ticky tack. And then I posted some on Twitter. Did you see Tyler Lockett fist pound the friggin' ref that after he scored that touchdown on Patrick Peterson? Literally fist pounds the ref. Ref fist pounds him back.
God.
There was some ticky tack, but
direct deposit in your account.
Right? Fantasy football.
It's like those pictures we saw after the Jaguars Pats championship game where Tom Brady was hugging the refs and shit. Like, come
That
the
is true.
fuck on. Come the fuck on.
But
And
there
mind you,
were
you know,
some dumb penalties too, and after a while, this team needs to cut down on their penalties. You can't have 10 penalties in a game and expect to really be a real contender when it comes down to it, because you kick yourself in the friggin', I was going to say a
In
term,
the
but we have a
nuts.
lady on here. You shoot. Thank you. Like you just, they're like you said, 12 points to be attributed. The safety right there. I mean, that's a bad intentional grounding. You gotta be better than that. And then J.R. Sweezy holding. I don't know about you guys, but J.R. Sweezy has not been very good since being inserted at right guard. What do you guys think?
I think that,
he needs to be on the bench.
yeah. I
'Cause
also
the
think
problem started when he came back.
the grounding penalty is more on Arnold than it was Murray, because that was just clear
Yeah,
cut miscommunication.
Yeah.
it was. Would he jump away? Like, yeah, he could have done a better job, but it just speaks to the whole cohesiveness. It's just there's too many penalties. It's week after week, and you just got to clean it up. You can't be just giving away free points and expect to go where you want to go in this league.
And the rushing attack we had this game was just non-existent. It felt like we were getting absolutely nowhere on the run.
Less than 60 yards on the ground as a team, and we entered last week the number 1 rushing team. Today, we sit the number 2 rushing team. Baltimore jumped us, and we're still averaging 156 yards a game. But to be the best rushing team in the NFL and not rush for even 60 yards, it's amazing. It came down to a possession.
Yeah.
The line hasn't been doing that good in the last 2 weeks. A lot of pressure on Kyler. Not a lot of space for Edmonds or Drake to run through.
Yeah, I saw that. So Kyler Murray has been sacked 6 times the last 2 weeks. That's more than the last 5 weeks combined. And what coincides with that is J.R. Sweezy's return and Justin Murray's departure, his injury, I believe, out of the starting lineup. So, yeah, they need to they need to step it up. And then it was also noticeable after Kyler got hurt how little Cliff drew up running plays for him. So we haven't even covered that. So second possession of the game, Kyler Murray tries scrambling and gets landed on and sprains his AC joint on his throwing shoulder. I don't know what you guys think, but to me, it kind of looked like after that, Kyler didn't want to get hit anymore, which normally he doesn't. But it was obvious and apparent that Cliff also wasn't calling running plays, which is kind of who we are. Kyler is our running and passing. If we're not able to run with him, it's going to make for hard times from the offense, and that showed, I thought.
Yeah.
If he hurt his shoulder, he can't throw it deep.
Yeah, I think that was very apparent. I think that it's just,
and DeAndre Hopkins only getting five catches for 50 yards. Like, those are our 2 best. Kyler running and Hopkins. That's our 1-2 punch, basically. And none of that was going on against Seattle. And you have to give Seattle credit. Like, rewatching this game, they're playing hard as shit. They did not want us to go in there and sweep them, and that's credit to Pete Carroll and who the Seattle is.
For sure.
Yeah. Seattle played, I thought, their best game of the year. And it sucks that it came against us. But when you have a team that has Super Bowl hopes, which Seattle does, their defense isn't very good, but don't tell anybody on the offense that they don't have Super Bowl hopes. Yeah. So that's a team that made it a point to not lose to us, make it tough. And they showed it on defense, I thought, especially. They got after it all across the field, and we couldn't get the running game going, and it kind of just crumbled, only scoring 21 points in the game and breaking our streak of, 5 straight games of over 30 points scored.
Shit, I didn't even realize that was a streak we had. Fuck.
Franchise history, yeah. It was 4 or 5.
Yeah, another thing I noticed, the last 2 weeks we've been getting destroyed by rushing quarterbacks. Like Russell seemed to have like a 10, 15-yard run every other play. Josh Allen was getting out in the space a little bit. That has me worried for this week, man. I mean, Cam Newton is not a good passing quarterback, but he's still's got legs, man.
And
He's
he's
got
big as shit.
yeah.
He is big as shit. Yeah, he's gonna try to run you over. Not like Russell Wilson where he's trying to slide. Yeah, he's gonna try to smoke somebody.
Yeah. Cam Newton's had 13 touchdowns on the year. 9 of those have been on the ground.
Holy shit, is that a stat?
Yeah.
Is that
Dead
real?
serious. Yeah.
What?
Because there was like a 3-game stretch like after he got COVID where he didn't have a touchdown.
Damn. Well, you guys know who his favorite receiver is right now, currently, heading into this week? Take one guess.
Demir Bird.
You son of a gun. You read my timeline. Get out of here. No, I'm kidding. You probably looked at the stats. Yeah, 11 catches. Set his career high with 6 catches and 130 yards last week. And Cam's throwing it up to him. He had a couple great catches, Demir Bird. I was like, that's Demir Bird? You know, you would have thought N'Keal Harry would have been their guy this point in the season, but it's Demir Bird who we're going to have to watch out for. It's going to be interesting to see who covers him.
Now remind me, Edelman, he got injured, right? He's out.
Yeah, he's done. I'm not sure if he's done for the season. I have him in a fantasy league, and he's just stuck away on IR, so he might be done for the year. But yeah, he won't be playing this week, I don't believe.
Gotcha.
Future Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
Oh my God! Right?
Jesus.
What's the score of that game? I see you guys are of the Monday. So we're airing Monday night right now. The Pick'ems last week, I won. The Pick'ems this week, you two are tied.
Yeah.
And Bo Bobbles. We can't leave Bo Bobbles off. He'll get mad. What's the score of that Monday night game real quick, though? I'm watching the end of the Cardinals.
It's tied at 14 right now with 2 minutes in the second. Bucks have the ball at the 50.
And you both picked the Bucks?
Yep. And
Bo
Bobbles,
the
traitor, chose the Rams. What do you say?
I just hear the beep in my mic. I know you posted some.
He said, fuck you. LOL.
Fuck you.
Sorry, Jackie's mom, if you're listening. We're trying to curtail our cursing on here, but
oh, she knows I like to say the fuck word a lot.
Okay. Hi, Jackie's mom. Hi, Jackie's family. Glad to have you all here.
Here's another trend I've been noticing over the past 3 games. We've been taking it out of the end zone way too much on kickoffs. I feel like we've been taking way too many unnecessary risks. I think that the best thing you can do on any one of those plays is, unless you see a lane, you gotta hit the ground, get that touchback, and just get the drive rolling. What do y'all think?
Yeah, it's just not going anywhere. We can't return for shit.
Same with punt returns, right?
Yeah, that's too.
Because there's one where Christian Kirk, nobody's in front of him, fair catches it. And even the announcer's like, ooh, you probably wanted to have that one back. And then the previous week he ran backwards, inside the 5, got caught up. Yeah, it's just kind of sloppy from the special teams. Far cry from the fast start that they had to start the year when they were actually helping us win games. Now they just kind of been there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, shit, man. It's just
contributing.
Yeah.
So let's stop burying the lead. How about Isaiah Simmons' game? Can we
monster game?
Give the rookie some hype.
Monster game by Simmons. This is what we've been waiting all year for. This is what we've been waiting for. I am very happy to see the production he had in this game, and he went off.
10 combined tackles, 9 solo tackles. I'm going to guess and say that might be a season high for the Cardinals. I'm going to see if I can find that. But 10 combined tackles, 9 solo, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss. Another tackle for loss, if you guys remember. He smoked DK Metcalf and brought him to the ground. Dropped him pretty quick. Big guys fall harder. So when I saw that. I was like, oh, okay. And he played his career high 45 snaps. So he's played 68% of the downs, and that should, keep increasing. He was arguably the best player on the field for either team, I thought.
Yes.
Yeah. The
Long time coming.
Arians actually had a quote. I don't know if this was about Simmons or who it was. Basically said that these rookies, these rookies tend to come into their best form around Thanksgiving. So right about now. So I'd say that we're probably
Nice.
about to see a monster game from Simmons on Sunday.
And we were talking on here like 2 months ago how it could be around the bye week where we start seeing his snaps increase, and 3 straight weeks, 30, 32, 45 snaps. Before that, never played more than 21. So, not to give us too much hype, but, we are the best podcast in the world. So, yeah, why not?
Yeah. But
no, as frustrating as it was, like, losing, it was fun watching him get loose. Just solid performance by him. Like, that, at least we could say one good thing about that game was his breakout.
Really wish we could have won to give him a game ball,
Yeah.
Hopefully they gave him one anyways. He without him on defense, I don't want to know what that score would have been.
I think the main factor in our loss here today this week was the fact that our entire D line is banged up. Because Corey Peters, who's been here for forever, it feels like, he's out for the season.
Good run stopper.
He's out for the season.
Yeah.
I think both of our rookies are out. It's just we are just absolutely.
I don't know what's going on with Rashard Lawrence. I thought he was supposed to be back. But apparently he's not getting any reps, so he's not out yet.
And I'm not sure I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but there was a lot of packages that de-emphasized like the D line and defensive tackles, especially this game. And I think that just goes to show how barren our D line is. Most of those packages were not successful, by the way. I really hope we don't follow that in to next week. Because
so we had 3 sacks against Seattle. They all came in the first half. So Russ got comfortable in the second half. The first play of the game, Boxton gets a sack, so he's D-line. I believe second quarter, Isaiah Simmons gets a sack. And after that, Michael Dogby gets a sack. So 2 of those 3 guys are offensive linemen. But Carlos Hyde was able to run a little bit on us. And like you said, Russell Wilson was able to pick up some first downs with his legs. So it's not like we're getting we're not being able to get pressure and sacks. It's just after that first half, it kind of fell off. And hopefully that we can pick something up, because we're going to need, like Hassan Reddick was pretty quiet. Devon are quiet. So we're going to need some of these guys to start stepping it up just in the front 7 in general.
Yeah, it can't be the Buddha and Isaiah show.
Hey, pause for
exactly. And Buddha was running around the field doing his thing. Love to see it too. Yeah, Devon Kennard's played 30 snaps last 2 weeks. 11 versus Buffalo, 19 versus Seattle. Makes you kind of wonder what the hell is going on.
Hey, pause.
Because before that, he played less than 55%. We had some mic issues, but we're back. Can you hear me?
You're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So we were just talking about so we had 3 sacks against Seattle. 2 were one was Blackson, one was Dogby. They all happened in the first half. So we weren't able to get a lot of pressure against Russ in the second half. And the D-line is going to have to do more. And it's interesting that Devon Kennard only played 30 snaps since he returned off the COVID list the last 2 weeks. Those 11 and 19 snaps in each game are by far the lowest of the season. So something's going on there, but we're going to need our front 7 to step up for sure.
Yeah.
Enjoyed Blackson though.
Yeah, Blackson looked good. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Did Kyler look like he was kind of like second guessing himself a little? Because it felt like he was kind of second guessing his reads on a lot of those plays. He was taking a lot of pauses and he was just getting balls off just a second too late. And just did you guys notice that?
I noticed
After he
was
started
off.
favoring his shoulder, I thought.
Yeah.
Like especially with the Isabella play. I mean, they were even saying it on the broadcast. If he had gotten that off like a second later, that would have been money. That would have been game tied, possibly OT. We don't know. It's Russell Wilson, but
Yeah, that end of the game there, he definitely had like a little hitch, like a little double look. So here's the play. Right, I'm watching it right now. 50 seconds left in the game. So what did you see, Jackie? Is there something that you saw from Kyler that do you think he was a little hesitant after he hurt his shoulder, or you think that's just kind of overblown?
No, I think he was very hesitant after he hurt his shoulder. I don't know, maybe you could chalk it up to he was just afraid to get hurt or hit, I should say. Or his timing was off. Because I know baseball players with like pitches and catches and shit, like they're all about their timing, and like if something happens where it's off, it's off for the whole game.
Like if your wrist is sore or something, and you're trying to go up to bat, yeah, it definitely affects your timing. Oh, watching the play right here, no pass interference called on that 2nd and 10 to Larry Fitzgerald at the end of the game. He got hit early. There's no question about that. That should have been a penalty.
Yeah, it's times like that where I wish Larry wasn't such a good sport. Because I mean, I feel like any other.
He was even pitching, but yeah.
I mean,
throw on the foul.
Yeah, I mean, any other player, I feel like would have gotten the ref's face, like, hey, where the fuck's my penalty? All that jazz. And it felt like he just kind of walked it off. And it's like, I appreciate him being a good sport, but could you not do that for once?
Like, sell it. That's yours.
Yeah.
There's no way he could have caught that. Yeah. He got fucking smoked. I know it's kind of bang bang, but I mean that has got to be right away. He puts his hand up, like, come on, call it. But yeah, I mean that's a good pass right there too by Kyler. It seemed like as the game went on, Kyler felt, I thought, more comfortable. But yeah, on this third down, about to watch this play right here, he definitely hesitates because Isabella is open towards the pylon, and gives the defenders too much time to recover, and that's what they do.
Another thing I noticed, we were talking about this earlier with the Jets game. We were airing it out at the end there. I don't know why we were airing it out there. I mean, we should have have at least thrown a ball, get it towards like the 20, and then started airing it out, because it felt like we were just throwing like shots to the end zone on every single play of that drive, or at the end of that drive. Have some trust in your guys, man. You gotta,
because even in a panic mode.
Yeah, I mean, even if you get the touchdown with 40 seconds left, that's great. You're still facing off against one of the most clutch quarterbacks in the entire league, in a game where he's been smoking us all game long. So, shit, man.
Yeah, it seems like Cliff does have a tendency to be aggressive when he shouldn't really be aggressive, and then be conservative when he shouldn't. Yeah. And I don't know if it comes with time or what, but I mean, it's too hard to it's hard to complain when the Cardinals are still the number one offense in the league. But it does seem like it coincides a little bit. Like, we had a minute left, we had 2 timeouts, we're down 7. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to take those shots. But that's
first down.
Yeah, that's what you're doing that whole drive anyways.
Yeah. Worry about the first down before you're taking shots.
It certainly doesn't help that Cliff Kingsbury went to the Andy Reid School of Clock Management. Like, good Lord, man. He just takes up way too much. Yeah. And I know that's kind of the thing you run into when you run these like high energy, no huddle offenses, is that you you either run too fast or you run too slow. There's no real in between. But that's just something you got to get better with, man. There's
I
no
mean,
real-
yeah, I do like taking that shot on second down to Fitz. Um, if he doesn't get hit right there early, that's a touchdown. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's just even at that point, you're still leaving almost a minute on the clock too. So yeah, there is something to be said for kind of like the clock management there. You don't want to leave Russell Wilson too much time. Um, but yeah, it does seem like growing pains a little bit with Cliff. The clock management a little bit, and then his aggressiveness in certain situations, plus the penalties. That falls on a player's coach. I feel like I don't know what you guys think, but typically if you're a player's coach, it seems like it's not as disciplined. And so I don't know what they're doing in the locker room to combat that, but there has to be a point where those have to kind of take a progression step forward. We got to see a tangible growth. And hopefully we can see that before the end of the year in all three of those areas.
Let me tell you this. I think if Bruce Arians was still our coach, that would not be happening. I mean, maybe the penalties, but I mean, like the what am I trying to say?
Yeah, no.
The punishment.
Oh, he
Like,
he
I
would have
think
called
tough
your
love
ass out
factor.
personally. Yeah, he would have said,
That's
you
what I'm
know,
saying.
Kirkpatrick with after post game, you can't be doing that shit. Like
Someone's getting chewed out.
exactly right, and he would have made it public too, and that's just not going to happen with Cliff. He's not going to go that route, and which is, I mean, who's to say which way is right and which way is wrong? Bruce Arians still has a lot to prove. His Buccaneers have looked like shit in prime time. I feel
true.
like, and I mean, we got to where we never made it to a Super Bowl. It sucks Carson got hurt or whatever. But I also felt like Bruce had his weaknesses as well. So, but I don't feel like people railed on Bruce as much because we were winning right away. So it's hard to rail on him. But I don't know. I just hope Cliff does progress a little bit because we can't be having this happen daily, weekly conversation.
So
is my mic any better?
It's way better.
I don't know what happened.
I think you got too close to the mic. That's what's happened.
I don't know. Got too excited.
No, but I had made the joke that like Daddy Bruce would have took someone out back and like smacked him with the belt.
He definitely would have.
He would have spanked somebody.
Oh yeah. I don't know if Drake Kirkpatrick was ashamed after that game, but if he would have heard Bruce Arians' quotes, if he was a coach, he definitely would have been walking to his car post game with his head down a little.
Walked home from the stadium.
Right. Yeah.
His new nickname would be Motherfucker.
That motherfucker.
Yeah.
So let's talk big picture here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games left in this season. We are 6-4. I'm gonna read off the games to you guys. I want you to give me, just a very pragmatic view of what our record's gonna be. Just don't go homer. Tell me what you think. All right, so we're facing off against New England, obviously, this week. After that, we're playing against the Rams at home. Then we're traveling to New York to play the Giants, traveling back home to play Philly, playing San Fran in our home finale, and then for Week 17, we're facing off against the Rams in LA. Now, after that, what do you guys think is going to be our record at the end of the year, just given everything you're seeing?
So my whole thing is I just want to split against the Rams. I don't want to get too greedy. Rams, numbers-wise, they're holding offenses to under 300 yards a game. That's fucking impressive. They're a pretty good team. I don't want to be some people are way too disappointed about splitting with Seattle. I get it. First place is on the line. But I'm going to go into St. Louis St. Louis, damn, that was years ago. I'm going to go against Los Angeles with the Rams and just expect a split. What do you guys think that kind of mindset is? Get a split?
I think that's probably realistic.
Appreciate the optimism.
You think they might beat us twice?
We haven't been able to beat them with Sean McVay.
Yeah. I think that we
They
split
find
it.
ways to beat us.
I think we split it. I think we beat them
Okay, so
at State Farm for the
so
first
split
time.
them. Yeah.
And
Yes.
however,
So if we can split them,
however many years.
I think we'd all take that.
Yeah. But other than that, do you see any other losses in that pipeline, or do you think we have a relatively clean stretch?
To me, those other 5 games look all winnable. So I'm expecting no more. I'd like no more than 1 loss out of that group. I don't know. Is that realistic or unrealistic? With the Giants, the Niners, the Eagles, and who is the other team? New England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a little more pragmatic here because I know this team. I'm gonna say 10-6. I think we go 10-6 to close out the year.
Yeah. So split with the Rams and then only lose 1 other game. I think that's very realistic.
Jackie, what you think? What?
I'm gonna say we get swept by the Rams. I hate to say it, but it's.
Let her talk. Let's see. What's your? You just don't like the matchup with McVay, huh?
No, and it's really McVay. Everybody's kind of like, there's no real superstar on their team. I mean, Robert Woods has been playing really good, but like Jared Goff, mediocre. Aaron Donald is a superstar. Hopefully, we can contain him and not let him hit Kyler. But fuck, it's with McVay.
He is a scary beast.
Checkers. He plays chess. He's not playing checkers.
Right. I'm just hoping we are a good enough team to where we can split with them. I thought they looked a little vulnerable last year when we played them. I thought we held up fairly well, but I would like to think we can just split with them. Their offense hasn't been super great this year. They do have injuries with their running backs or whatnot. And Cooper Kupp hasn't been the Cooper Kupp except for like 2 games this year that he showed
He's
previously.
been pretty quiet.
Yeah, right. So I'm hoping we can get the split. And then after that, you have New England, the Giants, Eagles, and 49ers. I mean, I would love to go undefeated right there, but I'm gonna say 1 game we're gonna slip up somewhere. I would like to think it's not the Giants, the Eagles, or the Niners. Then you have the Patriots. I don't think we should lose to them, but I feel like if you can just come away 3-4 out of that group, we'll be 10-6, and that's a pretty good spot to be.
Yeah, like realistically, the only team I can see us losing to twice is the Rams. Everybody else, I feel like it's manageable.
Yeah, definitely. We
I think
agree.
We'll get a big win in New England.
Yeah, in that game. So New England, we looked up the weather there because that's really the only thing that scares me. If it's a snow game, we don't practice in that. We don't play in that. I feel like anytime there's precipitation on the East Coast, last year against the Jets, I believe, or the Giants, it was raining. We crushed them. But if it gets close to snow, I don't like that. I don't know. I'd rather be cold with no precipitation than snowing or raining, heading into Bill Belichick's territory, because you got to give the coaching edge to Belichick. He's going to come up with a game plan, and we're going to have to adapt to it. So hopefully Vance Joseph, something quick, because I don't know about you guys. Did you guys, the first touchdown of the game against Seattle on their first possession, Buda Baker is shadowing DK Metcalf? Like, what is that about? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Peterson.
I mean, the last. Oh shit! My mic fell out. Yeah, I noticed that too. I mean, Patrick Peterson had a shutdown game against him the last time they played, and you've got Buda Baker on. I
was shocked.
Yeah, it just felt like a complete betrayal of everything that worked, man.
And then it looked
absolutely
like
baffling.
He got cute. That's getting cute. You know what I mean? You can't get cute. He started off the game cute, and that could have cost us. Because after that, Patrick Peterson goes back to shadowing DK, And he does a fairly decent job. I mean, he gets called for that penalty before half, which led to a field goal, which, I mean, he grabs the jersey. I don't know how much it impedes DK right there more than helping Patrick Peterson get caught up. But they're going to call that more times than not. But I didn't think it was that egregious of a call. So that happened. And then DK actually beat him down the sideline, but it was called holding. Remember that play, like in the first quarter or something? DK catches it, for the deep ball. So yeah, it's just kind of dumbfounding. Like, why take off what has worked so well? Entering the game, 3 games against Seattle, DK had Patrick Peterson held DK to 3 catches for 29 yards. So that's on Vance Joseph. You can't match up Buddha on DK like that. Sorry, he doesn't have like corner skill set as like his go-to. That really pissed me off. But after that, they kind of went back to their normal D, and DK was fairly quiet throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah. I mean, it felt like we were trying to experiment there. I mean, I get that if you're facing off against a team you feel like you've got in like the palm of your hand, like you just know you're going to win.
Yeah.
But facing off against a division rival like Seattle for first place, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I think I said going into the season that the thing that would make or break this team was how Vance Joseph treated our defense. And it's felt like just Jekyll and Hyde, just night and day every single game. Once we feel like we've got it figured out and we can say, oh yeah, well, our defense is looking good. Bam, just a mistake after mistake after mistake, and we just look awful. We looked awful.
What do you think, Jackie?
I think we look silly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Vance Joseph, he got way too cute there. And I mean, he has had a lot of injuries hit him, no Chandler Jones the rest of the year. But that is just something that, I mean, if you do that against Bill Belichick, somebody should slap Vance on the sideline. You don't get cute with Belichick. And then I saw something today. So the teams that we had most troubles with this year, right, besides Carolina, was Miami and Detroit. And what are both of their head coaches? Where do they come from?
New England.
Check disciples.
Right. So who knows if they have a little cure almost for the running quarterback and how to attack our style of defense. But it's going to be interesting.
I was reading somewhere that like Bill Belichick is really good against like young quarterbacks. Like he gives them a hard time.
Gets them confused.
Yeah.
But Deshaun Watson balled out last week. So.
How young is Deshaun Watson though? I wonder what like the criteria is considered for young, like less than 3 years in the league or like 2 years and younger. Because I feel like Deshaun is a young quarterback, but he's also pretty experienced, he's got playoff experience. So, and what was the thing we saw today? The Patriots just in general have the worst. What was that, Will? They went from
worst
the best
DVOA
to the worst.
Yeah, and part of that the best last year was just a really, really easy schedule last year because they were facing off against. I mean, 4 of the games were against 2 teams that were just openly tanking, and yeah.
Patriots their defense killed it last year, though. I feel like, I mean, if you had them in fantasy,
it's partially them doing really good and partially just a really, really easy schedule.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting us to come into Sunday, and I'm expecting us to get out coached. I just want our players to be able to win the game. I don't know what you guys think.
We're just always
coaching
really
is going to be another a blunder here, but I'm sure we'll find a way to pull it out.
We're just really bad in these.
Yeah, Patriots aren't that good.
We're just really bad in these East Coast games, man. It's just we're not. That is just so not our MO.
Yeah, I mean, going
The
against the worst defense in the NFL, though, but in the Patriots, if you can't beat them, um, I'm sorry, you don't really deserve to be to be hyped
Playoff
about.
team.
You know? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I feel very confident going into this game. I do. I just think our team is better in general.
Talent.
We have the make exactly from
Yeah.
yeah, exactly from the top down too. The roster's thick, even though we've had injuries. I feel like our depth has done fairly good. A lot of leadership, veteran leadership in there, and they can sense a playoff berth. Kyler Murray's not going to let us. I feel like he's not going to, no matter how much his arm is sore, he's not going to let the team score less than 20 points a game. It's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
So I just hope there's not a lot of rain or snow. That's just because I feel like that evens the playing ground a little bit, tilts it a little in favor of New England, and then on a even playing ground with no precipitation, Cardinals all day will boat race them.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bobby, he made a good point. He said Josh Rosen beat Aaron Rodgers in December in the snow.
Preach, Bo Bobbles.
So
It
All
has
right.
been done before.
So
it's been done. It's not impossible.
Here's-
This is a new team.
here's my concern. My concern is not us making the playoffs, because when you look at the teams that are behind us, trying to get the 7th seed, none of them are remotely threatening. The Bears have dropped 4 straight. The Vikings are just, had a few lucky games, but just got embarrassed by the Cowboys. Detroit's Detroit.
Yeah.
We basically just have to hope that we can ward off the NFC North, which is like, come on. My concern is
Right.
that we play middling enough football that we still keep the 7 seed, which would mean that we'd have to go into, if everything stays about as it
Lambeau.
is, we'd have to go into Lambeau in January, and knowing Lambeau in January, it's going to be snowing, and I don't like that one bit. It's just
I think we play some good ass playoff games against them, but that is in a stadium here, closed roof.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love our chances against anybody, any given day.
Yep.
It would be nice. It'd be nice to win It'd be nice to win this game and head into the Rams game, take them toe to toe, and take it down to the wire. And you're still gonna have a game left with them. But if you can do that, win this game, go into that game, and even if you lose that game, you're still 7-5. And like you said, there's really no concern about missing the playoffs when you have the Giants and the Eagles next on deck. So if we can just get the job done this Sunday and put up a hell of a fight against the Rams, because I don't really recall. Let's see. I feel like most of our games have been close games, other than maybe 3. What? Jets, we blew them out. Panthers did us work, and then the
largest,
Cowboys.
the largest margin of loss we've had this year was 10 points. All of our losses have been fairly close.
Okay, so if we don't blow them out like we did with the Cowboys and at the end with the Jets, then more times than not, it's a close game, no matter who wins and who loses. So that Rams game is a big game, but if you can win this Sunday, it makes it not as pressure cooker. Because if you lose this Sunday and go into the Rams game with 500 trailing you don't want to do that. You lose confidence. So this is a big game. Don't overlook the Patriots right here. They're gonna give us a little fight, but I just think at the end of the day, we're a better team.
Yeah.
It'll be close,
So
but
should
we'll come out on top.
Yeah.
Should
And
we get in?
Sorry, one thing about that New England game. So I said the stat earlier about Kyler being sacked 6 times the last 2 weeks. And the Bills and the Seahawks are 2 of the top 14 teams in pass rushing for sacks per game. And on the other end of the spectrum is New England. They're 4th worst. So if there's any get right game for the offensive line and Kyler, it would be this game right here. The only thing with New England, they average 153 yards on the ground. They rank 4th in the NFL in rushing yards. We're 2nd. So we're gonna have to stop that Damian Harris. He had like 300-yard games with Sony Michel out or something like that. So they're gonna try to get that going, get Demir Burt
300-yard games?
3 100-yard games.
Oh,
Sorry. Yeah. So they're a lot better rushing team than I expected, and we're 21st in the league in rushing defense. So, and they're like we're 23rd, they're 21st in rushing defense. So, I mean, we could definitely win the line of scrimmage this game and start getting some of that confidence back in the O-line, which hopefully happens.
yeah, so long as we can suppress Cam Newton on the run, I think we've got it in the bag. Because, I mean, again, 4 passing touchdowns on the year.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, what do y'all think? Should we get into predictions?
Let's do it.
Yeah, is there anything else you want to cover, Jackie? What did you have what else we got? What do you guys got in your notes? I think we're all...
Sadness. I mean,
yeah, what was
the
your
vibes
ultimate
were
feeling?
so off waking up that day.
Yeah.
Thursday?
It was just a bad day. I just knew once I saw that we were unanimously picked to win on...
Oh, so I had that
forgot
feeling
what
too.
show I was watching.
Right? No, it was pregame.
Not the NFL pregame. It wasn't even split on the NFL pregame.
It wasn't even split, but there was another show I was watching on ESPN.
I was watching
the
same one, Jack,
to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt the same gut feeling too. Like, oh no, in Seattle, all 4 of them pick us. Like, what the?
Yeah.
I just felt a lot of bad luck that day.
I don't know about you guys, but my Friday felt worse than the Thursday in general. Like my Friday, that next day, I was just miserable. It felt like a Monday. Like,
was it the
work
hangover?
couldn't. Well, yeah. I mean,
it's extremely hungover.
I had 2 beers in the fridge though, so the Cardinals offense let me down a little bit. I was hoping to save a couple, but yeah, I went to bed pretty early that night. I just did not want to be up. Honestly, I think after a Cards game and we lose, I just want to sleep. I don't want to watch other football. I don't want to be on friggin' Twitter. I just want to friggin' sleep and just sleep it off and then wake up and pretend it never happened.
Yeah.
For sure.
One last thing before we get into predictions, we signed Domata Peko off the free agency. He
go.
The sense I get is that he was widely considered to be one of the standouts of the Vance Joseph era Broncos. Not his defensive coordinating, but when he was head coach.
Okay.
He's a veteran. He's been in the league for 14 years. Yeah. That's basically the gist.
We need D-line help, like you said.
Desperate.
Add as many veteran bodies as you can.
Throw me in there.
We'll tag team that shit. Throw a fucking rope, tie a rope between our legs, and we're gonna go in there as one person. We got this shit.
Yep.
Get crushed.
Yeah.
But yeah, bring as many veteran bodies up front as you can. Like, I don't see the harm in that at all. So
at this point,
we'll see how it goes. Yeah, and it's Monday, so he might be ready for Sunday. I think usually it's 5 days, and usually they bring in people.
And you also got to figure, I mean, defensive tackle's a fairly plug and play position. You don't really need a lot of prep for that. You just gotta.
Show up.
Yeah.
Right. Show up and just use your momentum and try to stop runs. Try to fall on somebody.
And it looks like he's a really big dude, so I don't think that's gonna be much issue. But yeah. So what do y'all say? Should we get into predictions?
Let's do this. I won't say I'm good this week because my predictions this week were ass.
What's the score in the Monday Night Football game? I don't know why I don't have it up.
It's tied at 17.
Every time I look.
Hey, you got a notepad, right? You got it ready?
Yeah, hold on. Breathe, Will. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So Thanksgiving slate. This is a really bad slate. I don't know why this is so bad. Jeez. First game of the slate, you got Texans Lions. That is the 12:30 game. What y'all got?
Oh, that is awful. I gotta go Texans. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna elaborate. Just let's go Texans.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way you come out of a ugly shutout like that looking better than you did the week prior. I mean, you have to, but I don't think you can against this team.
The
I think
Lions,
Texans
yeah,
cover.
yeah. When you get shut out to an XFL
And
quarterback
if you can believe,
on the other end, yeah.
well, not even XFL, AAF.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Arizona Hot Shots. Shout out, was it
PJ
PJ
Walker.
Walker for the Panthers? We talked about him last week. They beat them 20-0. I feel like when we do these pick'ems, and every time we all pick one team, the other thing happens. So we'll see right here: Texans, Lions. We all pick Texans.
After that, feels dirty to say out loud. This game has playoff implications. Cowboys racial slurs. Who do y'all have?
Racial slur.
I'm going Cowboys.
Anybody? Anybody?
I'm going Cowboys.
Shit. I mean, Alex Smith's been going off the last couple games, man. I got to go racial slurs here.
Do you guys
fun.
remember who the Cowboys played last year on Thanksgiving? I don't. But
I don't.
I just remember, like, we hate dinner.
Buffalo.
And then my dad was, like, sitting on the couch all by himself. And I just went and sat next to him, and he goes, "This shit is fucking awesome." And he points to the screen, and the Cowboys were getting blown out.
I think it was the Bills. The Bills.
Okay.
I think, if I remember correctly, don't ask me why I remember that, but
And
random story, but I just remember, like, my dad was like, "This is fucking awesome!" Like, just so excited that they were losing.
Loving the Cowboys getting smacked. Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's a good dad right there. Shout out, Pops.
I'm very surprised Bo Bobbles isn't saying they're my favorite team in the chat or some bullshit.
Traitor.
Who you picking, Will? Washington?
Racial slurs. Fun fact, if Pittsburgh wins their game on Thursday night, they will have more wins this year than every single team in the NFC East does combined right now. They'll have 11 wins, and that'll be the same amount as every single team in the NFC East.
What an embarrassment. Can we just like relegate that division? I was thinking, bring up the SEC, whatever conference or whatever division that has Alabama and Georgia in it. Bring up that SEC division right there.
Every
right.
When the Jets, lose by 24, you see in the stands, "We want Bama" signs. That's what would happen.
Right.
Oh boy.
So who we got?
But after that, speaking of Steelers Ravens Steelers, so we got Steelers Ravens as the primetime event of Thanksgiving. Who do y'all have?
Oh, Ravens.
Pittsburgh.
They have to lose one. There's no such thing as a perfect season. Unless you're the 76 Dolphins.
Was it 76 Dolphins? The Ravens offense.
72.
72, I was close.
Yeah, I don't think that Lamar Jackson, given the way he's been playing this year, is going to break that streak. I think that Pittsburgh has this down.
It'll be my upset of the week.
All right.
I won't get crazy.
Yeah, you won't pick
no Jets pick. Come on.
You won't pick the Jets over the Chargers. That would be absurd.
Follow my Twitter, sweaty used car salesman Adam Gase.
Oh gosh.
Because that's what he reminds me of.
Crazy eyes, Adam Gase.
Sweaty used car salesmen have so much more class and elegance than Adam Gase does.
They also
probably more confident to run a football team.
Right.
Adam Gase is a weird lizard man, and I don't like him.
No, and I think he consumes an ungodly amount of cocaine.
Probably.
Sounds delightful.
So kids, if you're listening, be sure to leave a baggie of Coke out for Adam Gase. Otherwise, your favorite team is going to go 0-16.
Good. There's just
no
done.
Your pillow.
Yeah.
Done.
After that, Sunday, we got the Sunday slate. First game on the slate, we got Chargers-Bills. Who do y'all have?
Definitely not
Ooh.
the Chargers.
No, let's go Bills.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be the Bills. I think that. I mean, especially since it's L.A. to Buffalo, in terms of flight, man. I mean, that's always a brutal flight.
All right, we all pick Bills. Okay.
After that, we've got a divisional bout. We've got Titans-Colts. This could actually be a good game, and this game has playoff implications. The good
Just
kind.
played last week too, right?
Did
The
think it was
first
like
week. The first week
I
we
feel
had
like it was 2
Jackie
weeks
on. That
ago.
was the Thursday night game, wasn't it, Jackie?
Yeah, it was like
And
2
you
weeks
picked
ago.
the
I think.
Colts. Damn.
And I picked the
Yeah.
Colts last week. And they won it in overtime on the back of Rodrigo Blankenship. Hot Rod.
Mhm. Who you thinking this week?
See.
I'm
You
going
know,
Colts.
I was about to say, I like the Colts better. I think they're more of a complete team.
I wanted to pick
Colts-
before you, so it didn't act like I was just copying you.
Yeah, the Colts.
No, not at all.
The Colts D has been phenomenal this year. I mean,
They really have.
Derrick Henry just looked lost out there. It looked lost out there against him last time, so I think that's probably a fair bet as to what's going to happen this time, especially since it's actually in Indiana this time.
Yeah, heck of a win for them over the Packers. I'm telling
They're
you, that's
team.
yeah, they are definitely. What are they? 7-3 now. Yeah, can't argue the record.
Yeah. After that, we got Panthers-Vikings. Who do y'all have?
Panthers.
Vikings.
Okay. Given the fact that it's in Minnesota, and given what kind of streak that Dalvin Cook's been having right now, I think it's probably going to be Vikings. The only snag there I can see happening is Adam Thielen. He hit the COVID reserve list today. So
did.
That is true. Jeez.
I'm still gonna remain. I'm still gonna remain where I am though. I just still think the Vikings got it.
It carried me last week in fantasy. Yeah, I'm sticking with Minnesota.
I picked Justin Jefferson over him in fantasy because he'd been slouching. Thankfully, I still won pretty handily, but wish he would warn me before he goes off. After that, Browns Jags. Do we even got to say it?
Go
I
Browns.
mean, Browns. Yeah. Go Nick Chubb. That guy's a monster. And Kareem Hunt's vulturing all his touchdowns, but whatever. We're not salty about it or anything.
Yeah,
I haven't been fantasy.
Yeah, me too.
Go dog.
Who,
pound.
Kareem?
Yeah.
Oh, I got freaking Chubb. So I'm taking all those touchdowns away, please. Thank you.
I got Chubb in the league I'm not paying attention to anymore.
Dog pound all the way on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a stinker. Especially given what happened last week. Giants Bengals. Ooh, that's rough. Who do y'all have?
The Bengals backup.
Ryan Finley versus Daniel Jones. That is your quarterback.
From Arizona.
Is that just Ryan Lindley?
Not
with
Lindley.
a fake
Not
name?
not Lindley. Ryan
Like he
Finley
rebranded?
from NC State. NC State quarterback Ryan Finley. No relation.
And he's from Gilbert, I think, or somewhere. I don't want to butcher it. But
No, he's from North Carolina State.
No, high school.
Oh.
Josh Rosen doesn't have a job? Shit.
Yeah, high school. Ryan Finley's high school. Paradise Valley High School.
Let me start warming up so I can fucking play for the goddamn Bengals.
I'm so lost.
Who are they playing again? I'm sorry.
The Giants.
Oh, yeah, Danny Dimes all the way. Let's go.
How much beer do you have left, Jackie?
I finished this talk. I actually know I have a sip
Hell
left.
yeah.
I have a sip left.
I have a sip if I combine. No, I don't have any, but I'll chug it like I do.
But hold my beer. I'm going to go try out for the Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm going to go
Good luck.
contrarian. I'm going to go
sounds like a big hospital bill.
No, I'm fucking elusive.
I'm going to go contrarian here. I'm going to be the contrarian here. I'm fully committed to the meme of a 4-win
He's
playoff
doing it.
team. I think that the Cincinnati Bengals will pull off a miracle against the Giants.
I
And
like
Joe
it.
Burrow will be out of a job next year. All right.
From
Damn.
yeah,
For Ryan Finley, Paradise Valley High's own, and NC State. Bobby
I
got the
thought you were. I
Giants.
thought you were. I thought you were shit posting for a sec there, and I thought you were trying to
No.
say that I meant Ryan Lindley for a minute there.
Oh, no. We only spit
No,
facts
I thought
on
maybe like it was just like a fake name, like he's just rebranding.
Leon
Ryan
Sandcastle.
Finley.
Yeah.
Ryan Max Hall Finley. Like that? What? That sounds-
Skeleton.
Hey, don't talk about John Skeleton. He's from my mom's hometown in El Paso. Shout out El Paso High, Burgess. John Skeleton was nice though. I talked to him one time and I totally stuttered my sentence to him. I was trying to be all smooth, and we were at Cardinals camp up in Flagstaff, and he was walking by. I was like, John,
Did you tell him I love you?
I love you. And I was like, have you ever, because I knew he was from El Paso. I was stupid. I was probably drunk at the time or stoned, one or the other. And I was like, you ever been to this hamburger joint? And I totally stuttered on the fucking place. My brother was right next to me, and he still never lets it down. He's like, Charka? Charcola? I was like, oh, sound like an idiot.
Say McDonald's?
Yep.
You're
Pretty
asking him
much.
if he'd ever been to Whataburger.
Chocolate.
Whataburger?
But after that, we've got a high octane thriller of a game. Jackie, you're gonna love this one. Dolphins Jets. Who do you have?
My God, fuck off.
Your favorite coach versus the momentum-filled
Hey.
Dolphins team.
I was disappointed in the Dolphins coming out of a bye, losing to Drew Lock and the Broncos.
Dan pinching
a-
to
Yeah, right. That was
Jackie, you're Adam Gase's biggest fan. Are you gonna surprise us here, or are you gonna go with the
with the
are you
Dolphins.
go with the safe option, which is the Jets?
Jets.
I'm gonna go Jets because I'm an Adam Gase Stan account. Let's go.
I'm gonna go against the norm. I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna say Miami beats New York.
I'm not
I'm going
betting
with-
anything on this one, but let's just
You really going Jets? Don't let him talk. Don't let him talk to you like that. Pick who you want. Pick who you want.
I'm gonna own this. I'm gonna die on this hill.
Oh, Jackie,
Oh,
you lived a good
no.
life.
Did all right.
Oh,
Will
Well,
going
out for the
Miami. Bo Bobble's going Jets. Yeah, that's right.
I'm
kidding.
Oh,
He's all typing real quick.
Bobbles.
No, I didn't. I picked Jets. Or picked
Hmm.
Fins. All right, who we got? I feel like
after
we're doing
that,
this for an hour.
Raiders. After that, we got Raiders Falcons. Raiders.
Raiders.
Hey, I'm gonna be the contrarian. I'm going Falcons.
Oh, come on. Oh.
And this is a guy who picked Vegas over Kansas City last night. That's right. I do what I want.
You
All
didn't
right.
pick the Jets to beat the Chargers.
I did not. I sure did not. But I
You
picked
didn't pick the Bills to beat the Cardinals.
no, but I'm picking Atlanta to beat Vegas. I'm picking Atlanta to beat Vegas. That's that's pretty bad.
Saints Broncos. Saints.
Saints.
Hey, Taysom Hill looked good. If Strevler, I said this earlier, the other day watching it, but if Strevler looks anything like Taysom Hill, sign me up as him being the backup. I'm going Saints as well.
Yeah. After that, we got Niners.
Bo Bobbles
Rams.
with the upset. Yeah, okay. Bo Bobbles lives in Denver. This is shocker. Shocking. He picks the
Bo
Broncos,
Bobbles
his home
is just
team, his
obsessed with losing.
favorite team. But here goes Bo Bobbles. Shake my head.
Bo Bobbles is such a fake fan that he doesn't even live in Arizona. Imagine liking the Cardinals and not living in Arizona. Oh, the horror.
Where do you live, Will?
I live in Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Where's that? Which part of Phoenix?
Arizona.
Okay.
I do not I have never heard of Carolina. I do not live
Mm.
in Carolina. I live in Arizona.
Okay, Panther
Oh.
fan. Let's see who did Will pick this week? Panthers. Oh my God, Will's picked Panthers every week.
I
Weird.
did not. Shut up. Not this week.
See
I'm
your way
kidding.
out.
I'm kidding. I'm out of here. You guys
shit.
finish the segment.
No, wait, no. Niners, Rams. Who do y'all have?
Rams.
Ooh.
Realistically, this is
Yeah, I know.
well, not realistically,
Yeah.
but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, we got big
I
money
just
in
hope it
this
ends in a
pick'em.
0-0 tie.
Man.
Rams.
Ugh.
Rams.
Yeah.
Next
I
up,
need bragging rights
I
over
know
you
that-
guys, so I can't give that away.
Next up, I know that both of these teams have been in almost every single primetime slot this year, but god damn, if there was ever a week for them to do it, it'd be this one. Chiefs, Buccaneers. Who do y'all have?
Chiefs.
Got old blood versus new blood.
I hate to copy Jackie, but she's a smart woman, so I'm going Chiefs.
Hail to the Chiefs,
Mahomes,
baby.
need I say more?
But after that,
Off Antonio Brown's fingertips.
After that, we got a stinker of a Sunday. Well, not really a stinker, but not a good one either. Bears, Packers. Who do you have?
Packers.
Packers.
Yeah, Bears are absolute free falling right now. So, yeah, definitely the Packers.
Yeah, Packers. And this is the game I think that the Chiefs-Bucks game should have replaced. Monday night, you've got Seahawks, Eagles. Whew. Ugly. Who do y'all have?
Ending in a tie at 0. No, I'm gonna go Seahawks. For obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Because
As
you're
much
a
as I
Seahawks
want
fan.
to, as much as I friggin'
Yeah.
want it, you know? It's like, I don't want
Much
you
I
guys to
wanna
get
bet
a
against
game
them.
on me. Yeah, I don't want you guys to get a
Yeah.
game on me, so, you know. Oh, well, Bobbles picks the Eagles.
Oh, but
For you,
Bobbles, you
but
are on
Bobbles.
crack.
No, he
You
didn't.
are
I'm
on
just
crack, but
I'm
Bobbles.
giving him a hard time. So we all picked
Hmm.
Seattle. So
Which
the last
leads- which-
4 games, we all are unanimous. Seattle, Green Bay, Kansas City, Rams.
Yeah. Which leads us to your 1:00 game. Your Arizona Cardinals versus the Dunkin' sipping, the clam chowder drinking New England Patriots.
That was perfect.
That was
Thank
pretty
you,
good.
thank you.
That was really good.
Chowder.
Chowder. Smart pack. That's
Heck the
stupid commercial.
care in
The fucking cards. I'm picking the fucking cards.
Picking the cards. 34
Kicking-
to 17.
34-17.
Cardinals, I'm gonna go a little low here. I'm gonna say 24-21.
Who?
Okay. Cardinals, hopefully.
What's your score?
Right.
I'm going. I like Jackie's idea. 30s. Copy off Jackie. I'm going to go 31-13. I said it. I fucking said it. 31-13. But I was
Wow.
going 34-21. All right.
Wow.
Last 5 games we picked: Rams, KC, Green Bay, Seattle, Arizona. Woo! It's going to come down to somebody probably picking the Jets. Nobody would do that though, right? Nobody. Oh,
What kind of moron?
Only
would
an
pick the
Adam Gay
Jets?
stan account.
Oh, and the idiot who
Yeah.
picked Atlanta. What a douchebag! Oh, what? Who's
Hey,
that? It's me.
you guys gonna be crying next week when I brag about how the Jets beat whoever they're playing. I already forgot.
The Dolphins.
Miami. Hey,
Yeah.
Dolphins could be slumping. I don't. Especially if they start Tua. I'm not bought in on Tua all the way, but Probably
What
because
up?
I got Devontae Parker and he's gone down since Tua was inserted as a fantasy player. But whatever, we won't even touch on that.
Yeah. So let's talk about some general observations that I have in my notes. First things first. The flight from Arizona to Boston is the furthest flight we can get in the NFL. We'd be flying about 2.6 thousand miles. That is the furthest we can be from Arizona.
How's that
So we
further
will,
than New York?
because isn't Massachusetts higher up than New York?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I learned something today. Today I learned.
The more you know. But as such,
Well,
jet lag's going to be setting in, especially since we just flew
yeah.
like almost, if not almost, then definitely 2,000 miles from Seattle to Arizona to go in for training. I mean, jet lag is going to be real here, man. And
Hopefully we're just the superior team. I don't know what you think, Jackie, but even if we have 10 penalties in the game, I feel like it's not going to be like Seattle. We played like shit against Seattle, I thought. And we still were within a possession. Seattle is not New England. I think we could not play great for a half, and we need to start faster, which doesn't help with the jet lag and everything. But we started last game with 2-3 and out. Started the Bills game slow. Like it's becoming a trend. I don't know what the deal is, but I would like to think that we can overcome that. What do you think, Jackie?
I think we can. I think we're a newer team. I don't think like the jet lag or the weather is going to have any issues on it.
Okay.
I think that's an old narrative with our team.
I would like to think so. We don't know yet. But you have Kyler, so he can make anything possible. So I like
yeah,
your thought.
yeah. The main concern that shit, why am I saying that? Cut that. The thing that's going in our favor that I noticed while researching, because I actually researched for once. Hooray! Uh, the New England Patriots coming into this game, they have the sixth lowest points per game out of any team in the league. They have, I mean, their wins where they score, where they score all these points. I mean, those are anomalies. I think they have like 18 points per game or something really low. Impressive if it's 1994, but really bad if you're playing now.
They don't really have a lot of options. I mean, their running game is the best thing, and you saw that stat about Cam. He's got
Yeah.
almost double the rushing TDs. N'Keal Harry hasn't been involved as much as us ASU fans would have hoped, which is, I guess, a good thing this week. And now they're just finally developing Demir Bird into an option. He wasn't really targeted much earlier in the season, and now he's got 11 catches last year. He and that what is it, Damian Harris, the running back, are really the only two guys that we need. It's not like it's Seattle. They don't have the Lockett, the Metcalf, the David Moore, the Chris Carson or Clyde or Carlos Hyde. So they're definitely limited in their options, but I like to think that we're able to come out on defense and be able to slow them down pretty well.
I wouldn't be surprised if Belichick tries to beat us at our own game. I'd say we should keep our eyes open for some read options. I think that's probably going to happen. I mean, you've got 9 touchdowns on the year with Cam. I mean, it couldn't hurt to expand the horizons a little bit there.
Yeah,
But
they probably.
here's a
Good thing
stat.
we kind of practice that a lot with Kyler. We do a lot of read options ourselves,
Yeah.
So if anything, I think our defense would be well prepared. But you just never know what Bill Belichick's going to pull out of his hat, game plan for one game.
Here's a stat I found while I was looking through all of this. The Arizona Cardinals last 2 wins in Foxborough. The last one was in 2012. I don't know if you guys remember this. That was the game where Gostkowski flanked the game-winning field goal and gave us the win. Ryan Williams was our running back then. Good Lord. It's just been.
And didn't he fumble and almost cost us the game?
Yeah. He gave
Yes.
that. He almost cost us the game, and we started the season at 4-0 because of that win, and we ended 5-11.
A shitty way to start the season. You think, all right, cool, like,
What was that?
no Warner,
2000.
no nobody.
I was so hyped about that, man. And I
2012.
remember, so
2012.
I went back to college when I was like 25, and I remember being in college there at Southbound Community College. Shout out Cougars! And my like accounting teacher out of nowhere, like this is the day after the Patriots game. I think I was wearing like a Cardinals jersey, and he went off on something. He's like, all these Cardinal fans think they're so good because they're 4-0. He's like, give me a break. That's not a good team. And I was so fucking heated. I was so mad. I was just like, this motherfucker don't know football. And then
John
we fucking
Skelton is the future, man.
And then we win one game the rest of the year. And that sucked.
Fuck. It just gives me bad memories thinking about it. And the win before that we had in Foxborough was in 1984. That's
Jesus.
back when Robert Kraft didn't even own them by that point.
When they had the Minuteman helmets.
We were still in St. Louis at that point.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm born.
I wasn't born either. None of us were born.
Nope.
The only person alive was my husband for a year.
And Bobbles.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Bobbles are cougar of an editor. Probably.
But Bobbles is not older than me. Stop. But Bobbles is like half my age, I swear. Dude's like
79.
15.
I would have said 69, Bo Bobbles. Come on.
Nice.
Yeah, right? L.
Hey, you guys got to say nice. It doesn't work.
Typo.
It doesn't say nice.
No, he's 69. I'm sorry.
That's smooth. That is smooth. I'll give you that one. 79.
Good operator.
Typo.
Let's go.
I like it.
But yeah, I mean, so last two times we won there was 2012 and 84. Really hoping we break that trend this week. I'm a little wary because these East Coast trips are always kind of a disaster for us. But I mean, if there ever was a
really
game
old quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, we're really lucky here in that we're flying in with 9 days of rest. I mean, shit, this is probably the best situation we could have for a game like this.
And this is probably the worst Patriots team that we have faced, even dating back to that 84 matchup. Just with how many guys they lost due to COVID. And really not many playmakers on offense. Like we talked about, worst defense in the NFL. So this, I mean, if there's ever a game we go to the East Coast.
Down to coaching.
Yeah, that's the only thing that really does scare me. I mean, I probably fear more for the elements than you do, Jackie. But I agree that the coaching, I don't want Cliff to get too far in his head and get too cute. And same with Vance, stick to what works and stick to our guns. And I think we'll be fine.
I wouldn't say that this is the worst Pats team we've faced since '84 because you got to figure we faced them in '90 when they went 1-15. So
we lost there in '90.
Yeah,
their one win was against us.
We actually beat them in '90.
No, so that doesn't count. So I'm talking about worst team that we faced there in Foxborough.
Yeah, that's
since '84. Okay.
Since
I was gonna say, yeah, it wouldn't have surprised me if we were the one lost. We were dog shit in the '90s, but hey, I went to games. We all talked about it. We all went to games at Sun Devil Stadium. All three of us. So
it was like
yes,
4,
sir.
5.
Little baby-year-old me and 40-year-old Mac.
I wasn't that old.
69-year-old Bo Bobbles.
The last game I think I went to there at that stadium was, I don't know if you guys remember that Anquan Bolden play against the Panthers where he caught it from like 12 yards out. like a little screenplay. Like it's in a lot of his highlight reels, and he like jukes like 3 Panthers defenders and like carries 2 other ones into the end zone. And that was right in me and my buddy. We go to games in high school, and he was so hungover, and that was right in front of us, right from the end zone. And that might have been like the sickest play I've ever seen. And I look over, my buddy's hands are in his head, and he's just like hung, like the sun's beating down on us. And I'm like, oh, like freaking out. And this dude totally fucking missed it. Come on, Chris. If you're listening, Chris. Yeah, I said that story.
I didn't know shit about football till like 2008, so I've been to games, just didn't know what was going on until about 2008, 2007.
I still don't know what's going on, so you're good.
What's a football?
Fun fact. Yeah. I used to ask my dad what color we're going for. Well, the Cardinals, obviously.
Oh yeah! Shout out to Pops, diehard.
Shout out to Pops, yelling at the TV all throughout the 90s, yelling at the radio actually, because a lot of our games weren't televised.
Thank you, Ron Wolfley.
Yep.
Thank you. We had I mean, in high school, that was like middle school, high school. I used to have to listen on the radio, or you go to the game. So a lot of times we just go get cheap tickets, or just I just remember posted up on my parents' couch, radio on. And then the TV on with the national game with the sound down. And you just have Ron Wolfley going, oh, Basinonians.
Shit.
We're way off the rails.
Yeah. I remember I learned my first curse words from my grandfather, because we'd always watch the Cardinals at his house. He'd say, God damn it. And given this was the Josh McCown era Cardinals, so he was saying that a lot.
Oh my
so
god!
The Jake Plummer era. I was at a Browns game, and I remember like something happened, and the whole crowd was yelling "bullshit, bullshit." And I got home, and my oldest sister was like, "How was the game?" And I was like, "It was good." The whole crowd was yelling "bullshit." Like 4 or 5.
What do you remember? So you don't remember who we were playing?
We were playing the Browns.
Oh, the Browns.
It was the Jake Plummer era.
Oh shit! Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember just going and like going to the Niners game. I was at the game when Aeneas Williams, like knocked out Steve Young and basically ended his career. And we were upper deck, and Niner fans were just. Dirty fucking play, dirty. I'm like, you're dirty, motherfucker. You're wearing a wife beater at a football game. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I was like 10 years old or something, but those are some of the memories that stick out. Being like, not like compared to what we have at State Farm Stadium, it was such a different atmosphere. Being the minority in your own home stadium against like the Niners or the Cowboys, where it's a sellout, but it's not because of Cardinal fans coming out. That was a shitty feeling. And I know we all kind of complain about all these opposing fans coming in, but at the end of the day, it's nothing compared to what it was, because every motherfucker here, whoever's listening, your dad, whoever, is from somewhere else, so we don't pick or choose where we grow up, whatnot. We are a melting pot city, which, sucks. But
we had the Cardinals since '88, so
I'd still rather live here than freaking Green Bay, Wisconsin. You know what I mean? Like, it's beautiful weather. Like, motherfuckers come to our state, give us money. Sucks, but what we have now is nothing compared to what it was. And that used to kill me as a kid growing up. And I remember calling a talk show after, I was probably about 13. It was post game. I think I went with my dad. We got home, and I'm just in my room listening to the post game show still, and people are calling in. So I call in, and I get on the air. 13-year-old me, like, what do you want to talk about? Like, I want to talk about how the fan support. We need more fans there. He's like, on third down when we're on offense, their fans are louder than when we're on defense. Like, in our fans, and they literally laughed me off the radio. They're like, oh, where do we start? And like, thanks for the call. and they just like kind of like said
Click.
one line. Yeah, one line to each other and moved. They're like, we don't even know what he's like. I don't even know what he said, but I just remember just saying, "Oh, where do we start?" and click, and then they said like couple words, and then they moved on to the next caller. I was so pissed, dude, because I had no idea. As a kid growing up, like nobody wants to sit in the middle of the fucking sun in the desert, 110 degrees, 1 p.m. to a bad football team with a bad owner by Bill Bidwell who didn't spend money. And I didn't realize all that stuff, but yeah, that's the life of the Cardinal fans in the 90s. It's way different, I love what you got. Anybody still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry if I sounded like I was on cocaine this entire episode. It's because I know.
Pass it. Oh, sorry, Mom. No, keep it. No.
But
Hello for Adam Gase.
yeah. So, do y'all want to call it here?
We'll call
Let's
it a
do
night.
it. Yeah.
All right. This has been the Redbird Redzone. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at Live on That Swing.
My name is Mac. You can find my horrible tweets at AZ Sports Fiend. That's FIEN.
I'm Jackie. You can find me on Twitter at jsandiego. That's 2 O's currently, an Adam Gase Stan account. So if you see Adam Gase, sweaty used car salesman, that's me. Come say hello. It'll be gone by next week.
She's a hell of a follow. So if you're listening, you're not following her, create an account and make it happen.
And
I'm occasionally funny.
And we
Very funny.
are out.